Hi, this is Bibi. I'm going to speak today about detoxifying your relationships. In the week, a very good friend of mine, we talked about that in this time of COVID, we actually trimmed a little bit of our friendships. She was sharing with me how painful it was to realize that some people in our lives are simply, for a lack of a better word, to say absolutely don't make the cut anymore to be in your life. Now, it's very painful. It is. It is painful to go sit down and to think about the people that you thought is the closest to you, that is your best friends, that is the people that you're walking a path with. And when things happen in your life, maybe some of those people they're too light to be part of your journey anymore. I will give you a few examples. I think one of the times that I really looked at who's my true and honest friends was when I was working in Dubai, and I had a very glamorous life and I had extreme lots of money. The economy crisis hit Dubai. Many people were retrenched. I lost everything. I lost my entire life in Dubai. And I came back to South Africa. And it is very true to see who is your core friends when you don't have money. Because people like to spend time with people when it's going good. And that was quite astonishing for me. But more than any other time in my life, I looked at the people in your life around COVID. In the beginning, I think I was extremely passionate about reaching out to all the people in my life that has ever walked a journey with me, because it was so important for me to make sure that they're okay, to extend a hand of support, of love, of care, and to be positive. And I just did not allow myself to fall apart and to cry and feeling the heartache of not being with the people that I love, or not being on my ship where I was meant to work a contract and be with the people that is in my heart and who is close to me. And I've just got my residence in Panama and I wanted to start my life there. But I took all that pain and hurt and I just tried to move on. As you, we all had so many things we went through. But I looked at the people in my life, and slowly but surely, as the weeks became months, you started realizing that some people are just not givers. They're simply just takers. They just suck you out like a lemon. They will just respond, or they will just react when you give. And it's actually quite a test to go sit down and actually go and look. Sometimes my sisters and I, we would speak about it, that we have people in our lives, if you stop calling them, nothing happens. If you don't initiate a visit, entertainment, then they stop acting. I have a saying that, I have not been employed as an entertainment director. And in some of the friendships I have with people, I feel that I have been appointed as the entertainment director. I am the one that needs to initiate something. I need to be the one that needs to keep the energy going and needs to always making sure something is happening. And if you stop, you go and look on your phone and you think, that's interesting. This person or this people have not made contact for quite a substantial time. So this friend of mine, we were very close, and me and her had a big discussion about a very difficult time that she went through, extremely difficult, beyond words, in this whole period, in this whole 2020. And how painful it was, how shockingly painful it was for her to go and identify and how many people she would need to walk away from. Now, the other side of the coin is also when you have arrived at a place. My other friend and I went away a little bit for a day or two to a wonderful little artistic town in South Africa. And we talked about the times that you actually outgrown someone. And that is quite a liberating feeling, because maybe it's not as much the people that just take from you, but it's actually that you completely outgrown them. You know, there's certain people for instance, in my life, that I have always seen them as larger than life, and I've seen them as, the alpha male or the alpha person in the situation, but I have not. I haven't sat down to work out the consciousness that my life has changed such a dramatic way, that my life is completely different. Someone that was quite a big person for me for a couple of years, compared to the people and the lifestyle that I have now, is just not that person anymore. But because we don't actually sit down and have a cup of tea with ourselves, we actually having that yucky feeling inside of us when we spend time with this person or people, and you realize that, there's no gelling anymore. There's actually nothing in common anymore. And you don't actually realize that. You start finding out that, you don't feel so nice, or people speak in a different lingua than you speaking, and you start wondering, you don't really on a conscious level realize what is going on. And I think COVID also were like a magnifying glass, really allowing you as a person to look at your life, at the people in your life, and to realize that sometimes it is time to clean house a bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily something that is malicious. It's just that, we need to, as how important it is to eat the right food, to feel our optimal health and energy and vibration in our lives, so is the people that we spend time with. And as by the exercise that I'm going to give you, we mostly spend most of our time with 5 key people. And today we are going to look at a list of people in our lives to see who's on the plus side and who's on the minus side. And the people on the plus side, do I spend enough time with them? And how can I add more time? And if it's a minus, is it for me time to move on from that person? Or if it's somebody that you feel like you still need in your life or want in your life, and then perhaps try to work out how can that relationship be channeled in a different way, that it doesn't leave you with that feeling that is not good inside of you. I know this is quite a painful lesson. It's quite a painful coaching session. It's very personal, and it's very profound. You know, because if you're a good person, you spend your life having deadwood in your life. You spend a lifetime of giving and sharing yourself and almost exploiting yourself to benefit the people in your life. And friendship, love, any kind of relationship is an absolute two-way street. And that is, as much as you give, the other person must give back. But you know, it's also your responsibility to make the change, because the other person is not going to change. You can't force change on any person. You are the only person that can say, I'm no longer willing to stand for this. And you walk away when it is not serving you anymore. I can guarantee you that some people will react by saying the same thing to you. And it's actually it's actually a joke when you come to think about it, because when you say to someone, you know, you just not doing, and they're responding by you not doing, it's actually so sad, because then you already know that this person, paths have just moved on. Time to move on. Nobody is going to make that change besides you. And you are the person that needs to say, I am valuable. You know, I work with the most incredible operational director, and he always say that we have to look in the mirror and we have to say, you are beautiful and you are the best and you are gorgeous and you are worthy. And that's all we can do, is to feel that you are worthy enough, that you do not any longer have to surround yourself with deadwood. Because actually, our circle of closeness is very small and life is very short. Surround yourself with people that makes you more, people that fills you, that adds to your life and bring beauty to your eyes and makes you feel beautiful and wonderful. You know, when you have a person in your life that makes you feel good, opposite partner, love relationship, friendship, whatever it is, when you leave that person and you feel like that warmth in your heart, that fullness inside you, that's a type of people you should spending time with. This is going to be hard for you to do this lesson, but you are on a path of personal growth. And sometimes our friends and the people in our lives can't cope with this very new you, a person that have the guts and the glory to say, no more. I want more. And if you can't be more, it's time for us to walk our own path. I wish you all the best. Happy detoxing and have a wonderful day.